Okay, we'll take two again. Maybe the third time we'll get this first time's the charm now. Maybe. But, so, welcome. Stay Humble Sports, Episode 2.
Yeah, that's right,
NBA
baby. NBA
2020,
edition.
NBA 2020 playoff predictions. So, before we hop into sports talk, time like this, just to make sure everybody at home is being safe and, you know, really just being well with themselves. And we send our prayers out to you guys. It's important at a time like this to make sure you follow the government regulation rules and cherish the time with your family and perhaps work on projects like we are here at Stay Humble Sports. Anything else you'd like to add to that, Dom? Okay, anything you'd like to add to that?
Um, actually, I missed that whole entire thing. I didn't hear a word you said, but I'm gonna just go off and say my little piece.
All right.
I'm gonna say is that I feel like everybody today they need to stay home, especially here in where me and Dylan are from. It's actually one of the worst right now where we're from, and I think people just need to practice on social distancing a little bit more, and especially the younger generation, they just need to stay at home. And I give my thoughts and my prayers out to all the families that are currently dealing with this virus, and I wish nothing but the best and for everybody.
Yes, completely agree. So, as you mentioned, today's episode is the NBA edition. So, how would that go if we didn't start by talking about the NBA? So, the NBA in recent times has kind of been striving to find some content for its viewers. They had a 2K players only tournament, which has seen some success. I've seen mixed reviews based on it. Some of the game scores aren't very competitive. You're going to get that when you have guys that don't play the game and are just famous playing it versus guys that do just play the game and are famous. And then the NBA is also moving forward with a potential horse game. Chris Paul, Zach LaVine, Trey Young, some WNBA players, and some legends have already said they'd be a part of that. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on the game, Dom.
I think that's a great idea for the game, the basketball right now, especially. Nobody knows what to watch on TV anymore. They're just playing these reruns. But I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be really enjoyable for the fans to watch. Because the NBA 2K games, I mean, it's kind of more or less like the fans would have to be interested in video games for them to really understand or comprehend any of that. But yeah, I think the horse game's a great idea.
Yeah, for sure. So another idea that the NBA is moving forward to propose is that the NBA playoffs could potentially be happening moving forward. I know there were some rumblings of a cancellation of the season, but the NBA is considering moving its playoffs to Las Vegas. All of it will be held in Vegas. The NBA is considering renting out several casinos to make this event happen. They will have the players only and essential staff be staying in these casinos, and then they will play the games at the casinos. And then once their game is over, just right back to quarantine in your room till the NBA playoffs are done. No fans in attendance. And while that does suck, at least in my eyes, I'd rather see playoff basketball with no fans rather than no basketball anymore at all. How do you feel about that, Dom?
I think that's going to be really, really interesting. I think it's a great idea. I think that's what the fans at home are going to want. I think that's what the NBA wants. But what teams aren't going to have is that home court advantage. It's going to be the home teams like the Bucks, for example. The Bucks and the Lakers are the number one seed right now. They're really not going to be enjoying having that number one seed. It's just kind of just being like you're any seed. It really doesn't matter. But I think it is a good idea to continue with this Las Vegas, and I think that they should get it going. But I think it's going to be extremely difficult. And let's see how the fans react when this is officially announced.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's official yet. I don't know how much longer the NBA is going to wait before they progress forward with their plans because they have free agency and the draft that usually take place in the summer. It's not like they're a league like the NFL that, they can cut preseason out entirely and fans will be fine with that. But, the NFL has got until late August, early September before they got to really worry. The NBA, their next season starts at the end of October, and you're not going to fit a draft and free agency and player rest all into a 2-month period. So if you don't want to shorten next season, you're going to have to make a decision soon.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to hop right into these playoff predictions as if they were happening in Vegas. So home court advantage won't be existent for us. We're going to pretend it's happening how the NBA is already suggesting it might happen. First round in the East, we have the Milwaukee Bucks, the 1 seed, taking on the Orlando Magic. And the only thought for me in this series is, are the Bucks rusty enough that this goes 5s, or can they just sweep the Magic? Because I'm definitely taking Milwaukee. You said like they're the 1 seed and they don't have home court advantage, but they do get the benefit of playing a losing record team in the Magic.
That is true. Yes, Greek the Freak has kind of come and play with the amount of rest that he's had, and it's going to be a sweep. 4-0. It's no question. Listen, but I gotta talk about the Magic here a little bit. The Magic is a team that I can see being, maybe good in a few years. I really like to see Markelle Fultz and what he did this season coming down the stretch. Markelle Fultz really showed,
You're lagging a little bit for us.
A lead in offense, which I think he did pretty. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We heard you talking about Markelle Fultz being a leader for the offense.
Yeah, I think he really showed a lot of growth this season, and continuing to see his growth continue throughout more NBA seasons. I think the Magic could really do something.
Yeah, I definitely think the Magic will need a scoring wing a little bit more. Mo Bamba not a great scorer, Jonathan Isaac a great defender, not a great scorer. They're going to need some scoring on that team if they're going to be something. But for now, the Milwaukee Bucks move on. This is one I know that you're dying to talk about here, so I'll push it to you first. The Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers. What's your prediction?
Listen, the Heat, no doubt in my mind, they're beating the Pacers. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. The Heat, they're cruising in the second round. I'm not gonna be too biased here and saying 4. Okay, I'll say in 5. Okay, Indiana gonna sneak in a game. Okay, but listen. Jimmy B's a monster. Don't even get me started here with the Heat. I'm gonna save all the good talk for later on. But listen, Heat in 5, second round.
I'm gonna agree with you in the Heat winning. I'm not going to agree in the amount of games. I think Indiana would be able to push it to 6. I think Indiana is a physical team. I think a physical team playing after these teams have had so much rest will be able to bully Miami around, and I think that they might even potentially steal the first game. There's no home court advantage, so that first game could mean a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how you look at it. But I do think Miami moves on. I think Miami's just a deeper team. I think Victor Oladipo isn't really fully back to what we saw him as. I don't know what he could be coming back with a month off from NBA work. I don't know if that's helped or hurt him in terms of recovery, that he's had a bunch of time to rest, but he also hasn't been working. But I still think that Miami team's deep enough. They got 8, 9 deep. They got a lot of wing defenders that they can throw at Oladipo, even if he was to himself. Sabonis is great, don't get me wrong, but Bam Adebayo would lock him up any day of the week. And I think Miami moves on. Next is a series that I am excited to talk about. Boston and Philly. Philadelphia.
Good classic, huh?
Philadelphia is potentially the most talented team in the playoffs, period. If you look at the talent on their roster. But they just can't seem to play together. I've been a huge proponent of this for years now. You have to get rid of either Embiid or Simmons. I would personally keep Simmons and move Embiid. But for this team to progressively move forward, you need to get rid of one or the other because they both just clog the paint at the end of the day. But if a team could ever get it together and make a huge run as the 6th seed, it would be this Sixer team. I don't see it happening. I'd have Boston taking this series in 6.
I would have to definitely agree with you. When the seeding was coming out, when all the NBA teams were starting to fit into their proper seeding coming late, I didn't want Miami to play Boston. No way. I wanted to play the Sixers. Listen, Boston grinds out wins. They have so many good young guys that could lock down defenders, can shoot the ball. I remember having an argument with somebody earlier in the season that I thought Kemba Walker was the best in the team. I'm sorry, but I was wrong, and he is not the best in the team. I'm sorry, but Jason Tatum is an absolute machine. He's a freak, and he's going to carry the Celtics to move on in 6. But continuing with Philadelphia here, like they have struggled injury wise this season. Embiid's been banged up. Simmons with his back. I think we got, like you said earlier, like they have to move somebody. I feel like Embiid wants the ball a lot. Simmons wants the ball a lot. I'm sure Horford does. Like there's so many guys there that have superstar talent that I feel like they just don't mix. They don't mix well. Harris, it's just too many big names in one place.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're like a great lengthy defensive team, but when the offense can't get rolling in today's NBA, you're not going to win very many games. So, Toronto versus Brooklyn. This is a very interesting series. And I know what you're thinking, a 2 versus 7, why is that interesting? Well, the NBA's been off for a month. Kyrie Irving might be healthy. Kevin Durant could end up being healthy by the time this all gets going. Do they get to play because they're on Brooklyn's roster? Does the NBA step in and say, whoa, 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 whoa? I mean, if this was how it would have been and we didn't have to deal with this pandemic, Kevin Durant, we all know you wouldn't have been healthy. Kyrie, come on. Like, I think the NBA would not let Kevin Durant play. I think Kyrie Irving might be allowed to play, but I don't think the NBA would let Kevin Durant play in this series. And that's kind of the basis I'm going off of. Even if Kyrie played or not, I would pick Toronto to win this series. It would just be either 5 or 6 games. But I'm going to assume that neither of them can play, and I'm going to say that Toronto wins it in 5.
So now is when you're looking at looking at a player, does it say like is Kevin Durant like officially on like an IR?
No, it's not is like that. It's just he's hurt.
He isn't.
Yeah, he's on the roster.
Like he's on the roster.
He's on like that 15-man roster. That will he would if he had recovered, they wouldn't have had to cut somebody for Kevin Durant to come back and play. If that's what you're asking, like he would have just been able to fit back into the lineup.
Yeah,
but Kevin Durant had fully been projected to miss this entire season. There was never any talks of him coming back, even if the team made it to the playoffs. His recovery time was late May, early June. So if this team had miraculously made the finals, then Durant would have been back.
I see what you're saying, and I think I don't think that it would be right for the NBA to just step in like that and be like, "Yo, Kevin Durant, you can't play."
Why would that not be fair? Because how is it fair to Toronto that they worked all season to earn a 2 seed and then they have to play arguably the best player in the world because of a pandemic? Not because
who knows if he's the best player anymore with this Achilles injury.
I don't think that the NBA would let him play. I mean,
okay.
If
I don't know where to go off of now. I mean, do I go off of him being there, or do I not go off of being there?
I would go off of Kevin Durant not being there, but Kyrie Irving being there. If you want to give the Nets some credit.
You know what? I'm gonna do it both ways. I'm gonna give a prediction if Kevin Durant shows up or if he doesn't.
Well, we're gonna have to move forward in this bracket, so
It'll be quick. Okay. It'll be quick, I promise.
I would urge you to have a final prediction.
Yeah. So if Kevin Durant doesn't show up to play, NBA is like, nah, Kevin, you got to take a seat until next season. And Toronto's taking the series in 6 or 5 or 6. I just feel like Toronto's just more of a stronger team than the Nets are anyway. I feel like the Nets, with Kyrie there, if he does play, they're more of a young team. I feel like they have a lot to learn. But and listen, if Kevin Durant comes back and he plays to his full potential, listen, the Nets can make a dent in the playoffs as a 7 seed, and I would not be surprised if they can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But right now, I think Toronto's gonna take this series.
Okay. So we're gonna move over to the West now. First round in the West, and the Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis taking on John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. I think it's a sweep. Uh, Memphis could steal one, I guess, if the Lakers come out with little to no energy after being on break for so long. But I think it's a sweep. I think the Lakers come out determined and focused, and I think they win it in four against Memphis. Not much to say, just the stars outright.
There's really not much to say here. The Lakers are going to come out and dominate the series. I like Memphis. Don't get me wrong. I really like. They're young. They have a lot to grow together. Especially with acquiring Justice Winslow this season. From the Heat. I think that he could really help grow that team and become a good staple in their offense and what they have to bring to the table. And I could really see them being.
Yeah, you're cutting out for us again there, Dom.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I saw you saying about John Morant being a staple of Memphis's future.
John Morant, Justice Winslow, and a lot of other young players that could really be brought up together.
Yeah. So next series.
But Lakers in four though.
Yeah. Next series is the Jazz versus the Thunder. I think I would take OKC. I've been thinking about this. I like the backcourt of Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Schroeder as the sixth man, Steven Adams still down there in the paint, and I think Utah's team chemistry took a hit with how Rudy Gobert and his actions were, and like a lot of people are forgetting about that, but I think the chemistry took a hit. Based on what some of the players, including Donovan Mitchell, were saying, like that this wasn't something to joke about, and that's how they ended up getting sick because of Rudy Gobert joking about it potentially. I think it hurt the chemistry for this team, and I think that Chris Paul is a vet, and he can take the Thunder to win this, and I'd pick the Thunder to win it in 7.
Wow, that's a bold statement. Neither of these teams are making that out of the second round. But if you really want to go that far, I'm taking Utah. I'm taking Utah in 6.
Utah.
I don't think anything. Utah in 6. It's just I understand everything with Rudy Gobert, but I feel like he apologized, and I feel like everything's pushed under the rug now. And I think they have the spider there, dude. Like Donovan Mitchell is a dog. He always will be. He's gonna be one of the greatest superstars in the league. In the next couple of years.
Right there.
Yeah, he's gonna be a freak. I think he has a lot of potential to be great. And I think they're just so built all around. They still do have Mike Conley as well, but he hasn't really been playing a lot this year. He's been kind of in a slump, but I feel like his veteran aspect, he could help guide Mitchell and a lot of the other young players on this team, and I think they're going to win at 6.
All right, fair enough prediction. I'm going to stick with you here, and I'm just going to swing the Denver Nuggets and Houston Rockets series to you. Another potential upset pick. I've seen some experts picking the upset, and where would you lie on this one?
Houston in 5.
Houston in 5. The 6 seed upsets the 3 in 5 games.
5 games. I just think, like between Harden and Westbrook, they're just two explosive players. Like I get it. The Nuggets are really good. Like they have I'm drawing a blank here. The big center, Jesus, Mary.
No, Jokic.
Jesus. Oh my God, I can't believe I just forgot his name. They have Jokic there, and he is arguably one of the best centers in the league. I can't believe I forgot his name. Jamal Murray. Like they're great players, but like Jokic would be considered I guess you could say a superstar. But like I don't think Jamal Murray is really there yet.
No.
Um, but I think like Harden, superstar, like Russell Westbrook, superstar. Like I feel like they're going to absolutely dominate Denver, and I think it's going to be easy in 5.
Okay, I am picking Denver to win it in 6. I think the fact that Houston doesn't have a center on the roster other than PJ Tucker and Tyson Chandler presents a
It's okay.
field day opportunity for Jokic that he will take full advantage of. I think they're close games, closer than people would expect if you were picking Denver, but I do think that Denver pulls out here. So
There's a lot of good centers on the market.
what?
They can sign quick,
No, no, you can't sign anybody quick. But so now, last round matchup of the first round, the Clippers taking on the Mavericks. The Clippers are a great team, but I think that this series has potential to go deep. I think Luka is coming into a star in this league and potentially be the best player in the next 3 years. And I pick the Clippers to win, but I think that they get it done in 6 or 7. I would say 6, but I wouldn't be shocked if it went 7. But I'm taking the Clippers.
I agree with you. I'm going to say in 6 though. I'm not going to say 7. I think the Clippers are just way too deep. They just have so many like I don't know, like all around guys on their team. Like Kawhi's a freak, Paul George is a freak. You know, they have those key guys like Patrick Beverly and Reggie Jackson that could lock down people. And I just Marcus Morris, guys like that could really just lock down the other team. I think the Mavericks were faced in an unfortunate position, with their matchup. I think if they were to go up against another team like maybe Houston or an OKC or Utah,
I think for sure.
I could see them.
I agree with you for sure. I could see the Mavericks pulling it out if they weren't the 7th seed. If they were a 6 or a 5, I could see them winning.
Yeah, if they were the 6th seed, I could see them moving to the second round. But I feel like I wasn't as high as on Luka as I should be, especially last season. I'm more of a Trae Young fan, but you got to give credit where it's due. And Luka is an absolute freak, and I can see him being one of the top 5 players in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm gonna keep it to you. We're gonna go to the second round. We're gonna go back to the East, and we are starting with Milwaukee versus Miami. Let's hear it. The viewers are sitting back, getting their popcorn ready for this.
Heat. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Heat. Okay, let me just as I go along with this bracket. Okay, I just gotta write down my Miami right here, quick. Let me just see here.
Yeah.
Okay, Miami goes down. Okay, it's there. Eastern Conference Finals for the Miami Heat.
How many games?
Okay, 7 games. Okay, I'm not gonna get too greedy here. Okay, we're going against the 1 seed, obviously, but we have played the Bucks twice, or probably more than twice. But we've showed that we can compete with the Bucks this season. Okay, we've probably the only team in the NBA who has found a way to lock down Giannis. I think that is huge. We've already seen Bam handle Giannis, and I think he can do that again. And I think it's going to be extremely difficult in 7 games. But again, and we've beat them already in overtime this season. Like, I feel like the Heat are so deep. And yes, we're young. I get it. Why am I saying we? Because I feel like I'm a part of the team when I watch them play. But that's how young they are. But I mean, we have a sharpshooter. Duncan Robinson, he's a freak. Okay, we know we can shoot, 3-point shooter. We got the Nun. Okay, I mean, I might go out this might be disrespectful, but I might go out and buy him a nun outfit just for him to play in it. We got the buckets there. You know, Jimmy B. I don't even got to say anything for Jimmy B. We got Bam. Come on, I can go on and on about this, dude. Miami in 7.
All right, I'll stop you there. You know, you're gonna be the Skip Bayless of this show, aren't you?
I am. I might be.
Maybe Max Kellerman type hot takes. Yeah, I have Milwaukee winning in 5.
Boo! You suck.
I have Milwaukee winning in 5.
He's horrible.
I think Giannis.
Don't listen to this guy.
I think Giannis
He's
is
whack.
going to be on a tear. I think the momentum coming out of that Orlando series is going to be in favor of Milwaukee. I think Miami's going to be a team that was just beat up by Indiana for 6 games, and I think Milwaukee is going to win. I think Milwaukee's best 3 are much better than Miami's best 3. I think Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Eric Bledsoe are much better than Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and I don't really know who you want to give that third best player to on the team.
The whole team. We grind out wins as a team. Okay, when you look at the wins this season, you don't see just one player with the most stats. You see everybody has an equal amount of stats. We grind out wins as a team. And I don't think we've seen that, usually at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point being. When was the last time you saw a team win the NBA Finals? The 03-04 Pistons, maybe? Because you can't even say the Spurs, because the Spurs had a 3-headed monster that turned into a 4-headed monster with Kawhi there. The Heat will be good in years to come, but they're not there yet. Milwaukee in 5. So, we both have Boston versus Toronto, correct?
Yes.
I'll start. I'm taking Boston in 4 or 5.
Wow.
I think that this Raptors team is a nice, great regular season team. Good for them. They had a great year. I think Boston just overwhelms them. I think Boston's got too many pieces. And yeah, I think Boston is overall better in every area than Toronto.
I would 100% agree with you. Boston's too deep. They're good. They grind out wins.
Yeah.
I'm taking them. I'm going to take them in 5.
Okay. Over to the West. The Lakers versus the Thunder. I'm taking the Lakers in 4 or 5. I think the Lakers have the easiest path of any team to the conference final, and I think that's where that 1 seed comes into play. They don't have home court advantage, no, but they do have the easiest path, and I'm taking the Lakers in 5, maybe 4. I think the Thunder don't have anybody that's going to guard LeBron and Anthony Davis, and I think that's all you need to beat this Thunder team, to be completely honest with you. I don't think you really need role player production until the Western Conference Finals if you are the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. Lakers in 5 for me. I have them going up against the Jazz, but I mean, either or, Jazz, Thunder. I mean, the Lakers are just way too good. I mean, they have the GOAT on the team. I mean, Anthony Davis. I don't really have to say anymore, but Lakers in 5. Let's keep it moving.
All right, I have Denver versus the Clippers, and you have Houston versus the Clippers. So I'm gonna let you start.
Yes. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun series.
I would rather
Can you hear me?
watch this. Yeah, I'd rather watch Houston versus Clippers, but I think Denver will beat Houston.
Yeah, I think you gotta make your popcorn for this series. You're gonna see Russell Westbrook and James Harden go up against Kawhi and Paul George. That's gonna be one heck of a series. But I think the Clippers are gonna edge it out in 6. They are, again, they're just too deep, and I don't feel like the bench of the Rockets are going to be able to handle the Clippers overall. And I think the Clippers are going to take it in 6.
Yeah, I have the Clippers beating Denver as well. I have this going 6 as well. Um, it's funny. There are similar reasons. I think the Clippers team is just a lot deeper. I think Patrick Beverly is gonna annoy Jamal Murray, and I think the only thing that again I struggle with is who's gonna guard Jokic. Um, this team's center situation isn't the best when it comes to defense, which will play a factor coming up. But
I guess we will see how Joakim Noah plays.
yeah, I don't see
35-year-old Joakim Noah.
Oh yeah, I don't see anybody guarding Kawhi and Paul George on this Nuggets team, which I think really, seals the deal for the Clippers. Now back to the East. I will let you go first with your Eastern Conference final of Miami and Boston.
Miami and Boston. Boston's a good team.
Yeah.
Boston's a really good team.
Yes, I know.
Boston is definitely a finals caliber team. Okay.
Yes.
But let me tell you something about the Miami Heat, though. Okay, the Miami Heat winning it in 7. Okay, winning it in 7. Miami Heat taking it in 7 again. I know it's a stretch, but I don't know if I mentioned this guy yet. But his name is Jimmy Butler.
Oh my god.
Freak. Okay.
You have mentioned Jimmy Butler. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the fact that if they are all playing in Vegas, there's no home court. And I think
that's okay.
No, I think in your scenario that plays into Miami's favor, playing all these higher seeds.
Exactly. But I know it sucks. Miami plays really, really well at home, and they're not going to have that. But yet they do play really horrible on the road. But I feel like there's not going to be booing, But I feel like there's going to be, they could hype together as a family, as a group, as a team, because that's what they grind out wins as a team anyway. But Miami and 7.
Okay. Giannis Antetokounmpo. If the league ended today, which it presumably will probably win back-to-back MVPs. Last year, Giannis.
Come on, over LeBron?
I think he would win it.
Stop.
I don't think he's not my pick, but I think he would win it. I think after last year's disappointment in the Eastern Conference Finals, Giannis finds himself on a mission and is going in to play this Celtics team. And Giannis is a freak. But that being said, I am taking the Boston Celtics in 7 games. I think the team is deeper than Milwaukee. I think Jason Tatum is a star waiting to blossom. I think Kemba Walker has been waiting for his big-time moments. We've seen Kemba play in big-time moments. Don't forget about Cardiac Kemba. That's right, UConn. I'm going back that far. Jaylen Brown, that's a guy that can defend. Chris Middleton,
that's right.
And Giannis. Okay? I am taking the Celtics in 7 games to move on to the NBA Finals. And Giannis is disappointed yet again at the end of the Eastern Conference Finals. And
hey, guess what? I have a hot take.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hot take. Pat Riley is going to be working his magic. And listen, Giannis is going to get sick and tired of losing. Okay? And Pat Riley's going to work his magic, baby. And he's going to be rolling over to the Heat. I'm telling you right now.
In 2 years.
Right here.
Because Giannis would have to have another year after this.
Yeah. In 2 years.
So we both have LA versus LA in the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to start it off here. I am taking the Lakers in 7. I almost said 6, but I'm saying 7. One thing that really would have played into the Lakers' favor is this series would have been in LA, 7 straight games, and that's 7 straight home games for the Lakers. Now it'll be 7 straight neutral games, which does stink a little bit for them, but I think LeBron knows this is his best shot. to win a championship that he's going to have with the Lakers for the foreseeable future. I think the Clippers don't have a big man good enough to defend Anthony Davis. I think the Lakers have the role players and pieces that will know to step up in this big time moment. Danny Green has always been a big time player. I think they're going to get some production out of him this series that they didn't have. Dwight Howard has had a resurgence to his career. I think Rajon Rondo has been a pain in my side for the last 2 years as a member of the Lakers, but I'm seeing these things on Instagram. People forgetting about Prime Rondo, and maybe I need to put more respect on Rondo's name. I think he can take over some of the playmaking abilities, and I think we did sign Dion Waiters, who can be a scorer off the bench for this team, and I think the Lakers are now deep enough to contend with the bench of the Clippers, and I think it comes down to Paul George and Kawhi versus LeBron and AD, and I'm taking LeBron and AD 8 days a week, baby.
Yep. Do I go with the hot take here? Do I take the Clippers? No, I can't do that. That doesn't sound right in my head.
Yeah, that's too hot of a take for you.
The Clippers that's too hot. I mean, taking the Clippers over the Lakers is just way too.
Yeah, I mean, taking the Heat
realistic for me. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking the Lakers in. I'm gonna take the Lakers in 6. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna say 6. LeBron's the GOAT. Sorry if people think LeBron's the GOAT. We don't have. Did I say LeBron's the GOAT? Do I have to say it like 20 more times so it sinks into people's head?
I think you're good.
No, I think we're good. Okay. But yeah, LeBron and AD. Can't forget about Caruso. Caruso's a freak. He adds the energy. I love Rondo. I always have a little spot in my heart for Rondo. I know he's been.
I forgot to mention. I want to get your opinion. You think Kuzma has a big series?
Who, Amber Rose? I do.
Oh, hilarious!
I do think he has. I think he, maybe not in the finals or in the Western Conference Finals, but I do think he has a series earlier on. But I do think he does play well down late.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they do, and you do have Dion Waiters, but I don't know if Dion Waiters is going to actually, if he's going to be a huge role right now, because it kind of sucks with this whole COVID-19 situation.
They've had no time
I feel like
together.
Yeah, they have no practice. They have no game time with each other to help work in before the playoffs start. And I know I'm a Heat fan. I know Dion Waiters can ball a little bit. He has some fire in him, but I don't really think with the circumstances right now he's going to be involved a lot. So I think they're going to roll with their usual squad, and I'm going to love to see a few Danny Green corner threes in this series. But I think LeBron James is going to take it in 6.
Yeah, so I'm going to swing it back to me. I have the Lakers and the Celtics in the finals. I think people can tell who I think is going to win this based on my attire, dressed up for the occasion. I think the Lakers will win it in 6 games. Jason Tatum, going to be a star. Is a star. Jason Tatum's going to be a superstar. Jaylen Brown, going to be a star. Kemba Walker is a star. That's all fine and dandy. The Lakers have 2 of the top 5 players in the league in LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I'm not sure who on this Celtics team is going to defend AD for 40, 45 minutes a night. I know you can throw Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum at LeBron, but LeBron is a different dude in the playoffs. Jason Tatum has experienced that firsthand. LeBron James led a Cavaliers team whose next best player was an injured Kevin Love, and then after that it was Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye to beat this team in 7 games. Well, not this team, but to beat a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown-led Celtics team before in 7. Now that he's got a superstar with him, I don't think he's going to lose. I think the Lakers have enough bench players. I think Kuzma is able to get some buckets. Avery Bradley, I mean, the last time I saw him play versus the Clippers looked like Avery Buckets to me. Rajon Rondo going up against his former team in the Celtics. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, AD. I mean, too many big men to count. And yeah, I think the Lakers take it in 6 for our COVID-19 NBA championship. And let's hear your finals prediction of the Lakers versus the Miami Heat.
So
Yes, listeners, you heard that right. The Miami Heat are in Dominic Iannuzzi's NBA Finals.
it is. They are, because they are talented enough, and I feel like they play so much as a team. They play so good as a team that they deserve a spot in the finals. I'm sorry, they do. And I brought 2 things here today. Okay, I got this jersey right here. Okay, this LeBron Lakers jersey.
Got a LeBron
Okay,
Lakers jersey.
and then I got this white hot. Okay.
Yes.
White hot Miami Heat jersey right here. Okay, but it's a LeBron jersey. It's the only one I got. Okay, but we got the Heat versus the Lakers, and I hate to do this. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but it's happening.
Oh, it's happening. The Los
Telling you.
Angeles Lakers.
The Los Angeles Lakers are winning the chip, and let me tell you why.
How many games?
There's one reason why.
How many games?
6.
6.
Lakers are winning in 6, and let me tell you why. There's a really bad man who's on the Lakers, and that's LeBron James, baby. And he's about to win his 4th ring.
Yeah. 4th ring.
He's about to win his 4th ring.
I think he'll win Finals MVP too. 4th Finals MVP.
He will. But the Heat, I love the Heat. You know, as you can tell, as you know, the viewers can already tell that I love the Heat so much. It really hurts me, but I don't think the Heat are necessarily there yet, especially to beat LeBron James and AD. But yeah, the Lakers, there's just no debating or either trying to go up against LeBron. I think he has a lot of key pieces this year as well. He's not playing by himself, and I think he has not a lot of help, but I think he has some help this year, and I think the Lakers are going to take it home to Los Angeles.
Well, I mean, we're both in agreement there, so that's all we have for you guys today. I just thought of this on the fly, so Dom doesn't even know that I'm about to bring this up. But
oh my God, hot take! I can't wait for it. I love hot takes,
bro. Hot take. Actually, a little bit of a plug for our Twitter. Our Twitter is in the description of this YouTube video. On our Twitter, we are going to be having a fan-filled out bracket, the one that we just read to you. Fan voted each game, and we will reach an NBA championship with all of your opinions. Got to give you guys something to do on Twitter throughout your days, and you can express your NBA playoff opinions. That
I like this.
Will be out either right up after this video tonight or maybe tomorrow around noon. Just check every time in between then, all hours of the day. Just sit on our Twitter until it's up. How's that sound? I'd like to give a special shout out to Out on a Limb, a new podcast created by our friend Adam Mikoleshko that Dom and I will both be a part of. That link is also in the description. Check it out. Adam introduces the podcast, has an introductory episode with me. You can get to know a little bit more of my background also up. And a lot of us are inside right now. Dom, tell everybody what you're about to go do right after this podcast then.
What am I about to go do right now?
Yeah, what are you about to go play?
I am actually not playing COD tonight. I got to do homework for school. All right. No COD tonight.
What would you be doing on a normal night? Playing COD?
I'd be playing COD, baby. You know the vibes. Come on now.
That's what I'm about to go do after this. And if you need the best tips and tricks, our boy Lethal Panda, link in the description, he will show you what's up. But for everyone here at SHS Sports, we will potentially see you again on Saturday. We have another NFL show coming. I think you guys will enjoy it. We'd like to get Owen in here for that if we can figure out the technical difficulties he was dealing with. The show will be Saturday at a time to be determined. Check our social media, Instagram and Twitter in the bio, in the description. And, yeah. Any last words, Dom?
Stay safe, stay safe, everybody. Stay inside. You know, take care of yourselves because we're only going to beat this together. All right.
Yeah, remember to wash
Stay safe,
those
everybody.
hands. Peace out,
Wash your
everyone.
hands. Do everything you can. Love you guys.
Peace out, everyone.